superposition theorem, how many independent sources are there? Getting it? You have to see how many independent sources are there. So for the network shown here, find the current IA in the circuit using superposition theorem. So we have one current source and one voltage source, and there is one dependent source. It is current dependent voltage source. It is depending on the current IA in the branch 5 ohm. So taking one source at a time, one independent source at a time, that is 20 volts. So when I take 20 volts, the other source left is a current source, which should be open circuited. So that is completely removed here. That source is not there. Only two loops are there. So two currents, I1 and I2, assumed in clockwise direction. Write the loop equation for this. Since the dependent voltage is a current dependent voltage source, it is depending on the current IA. So what is IA? IA is nothing but minus I2. That is written here. IA is nothing but minus I2 because it is going against I2 is going against IA. So wherever you get IA, you have to substitute as minus I2. Two loop equations, you'll get the two loop equations, two currents, you'll get I1 and I2. So whatever the I2 current you will get, current IA considering 20 volts, it is minus I2, so it is minus 3.52 amps. That is for one voltage, that is 20 volts. We are writing mesh analysis. In mesh analysis, we write KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is we write voltage in terms of current and resistance. Next, considering 4 amps, 4 amps is a current source. So the voltage source should be shorted here. So it is shorted here. Only 4 amps we have taking. So whenever we do with the mesh analysis, you have to check whether at the border there are any current source. So there is a current source in the border 4 amps. So I1, the current in the loop 1, that is I1 is 4 amps. It is positive because it is going in the direction. So one current we have got. Next, write the loop equations for I2 and I3. Fine, for loop 2 and this 3, and wherever you get I1, you can substitute as 4 amps, and wherever this IA is there, you have to substitute IA as it consists of two currents. One is I1 and I3. Now this branch. So IA is equal to I1 minus I3. You have to substitute. IA is equal to I1 minus I3. Okay, see here, this is 5 IA minus 5 IA. So IA is nothing but I1 minus I3. That is substituted here. Just substitute it. So you'll get two equations, two loop equations for loop 2 and loop 3. So find out the currents. So current IA considering 4 amps is I1 minus I3. So subtract it, you'll get 3.06. At last you have to write the current IA considering both the sources. Okay, when you consider both the sources, write both the sources, the numbers you got. Depending upon their sign, that is one is minus and one is plus, subtract it, you will get the answer 0.46 amps. Okay, this is one assignment which had given, and the second one is find Ix using superposition theorem. Okay, so listen carefully this problem. See here, it has one voltage source, one current source, and one more voltage source. So two voltage sources and one current source we have. First, in this circuit, the current source is having a series resistance that should be ignored, and voltage source is having a parallel resistance that should be ignored. This both should be removed. They should be removed from the circuit. Okay, you should not consider them. They have given that extra. Okay, next, considering 5 volts. So when I consider 5 volts, what I have to do with the current source? Current source should be open circuited, so it will be completely removed, and voltage source is shorted. Okay, it is shorted. So we have only two loops here. We have to keep this 2 ohm resistor. Okay, 2 ohm resistor should be kept, and we have to find the current Ix. This current Ix should be found. So this is open circuit here. This 2 ohm resistor is written here. So two loops I1 and I2. Just write the loop equations for both. Getting two currents I1 and I2, will get the answer. So our Ix is nothing but I1. Ix is nothing but I1. So I1 is the answer. So current Ix is 2.27 amps. When you consider the first one, that is 5 volts. Next, when we consider 10 volts, okay, again the current source will be removed. The 5 volts is short circuited. We will keep only 10 volts. Fine, you have to take only 10 volts. Again, same two loops I1 and I2. Just write two loop equations. Find out the currents. I1 is nothing but Ix. So how much you got I1? It is minus 1.81. Just write minus 1.81. Again, I'm telling the negative indicates that the current direction which we have assumed is opposite. Okay, we have assumed it as clockwise direction, but originally the current is anti-clockwise direction or counterclockwise. Next, this loop is important here, considering 1 amps. Okay, when I consider 1 amp, this is the 1 amp. So other two voltage sources are shorted here. Ix is also here, one voltage 5 volts and 10 volts. Both are shorted here. So we have only 1 amp current source and a parallel resistor to it. Since it is a current source and a parallel resistor, it will be very convenient if you convert it into a voltage source with a series resistor. This 2 ohms will come in series with it when you do source transformation. So we'll have only two loops, I1 and I2. Just write the loop equations and you can find out I1 and I2, and whatever I1 you'll get, that will be the Ix. You can go with mesh analysis other than doing source transformation. At that time it will be ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಕಾಣ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತೇನೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತದೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಆರ್ ಯು ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದನಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
So when we consider 1 amps, you can just convert it into voltage source and find out both I1 and I2, or you can go with taking it as 3 loops, 1, 2 and 3. It will not be that constructive if you go like that, because anyhow we have current source with parallel resistor. It is coming on the same branch itself. So converting it into voltage source will be much more convenient. So I have converted it. So whatever the I1, whatever we are getting, I1 is nothing but Ix. So it is 0.54 amps. So considering all the sources, the current Ix is, put all the answers together and write the final answer. This is very important for superposition theorem, because we'll be taking one source at a time. When you consider one source, the other sources, if it is a voltage source, it should be shorted, and if it is a current source, it should be open circuited. So that was one example. And the next example is find I using superposition theorem. This was the network given. So here we have one voltage source and one current source, and we have a dependent source here. It is current dependent voltage source. It is depending on the current in this branch, in the 4 ohm branch. Okay, it is depending only on the current. So when we consider only 20 volts, then the current source 5 amps should be open circuited, so it is completely removed. Okay, I have just written the network in a different. Okay, just expanding this, it has been written. So 20 volts, and I is nothing but the loop current I only. So it will be minus 20. It is starting when the mesh analysis minus 20. The next it is 4 into I. This is 2 into I. This is plus 2I. I is this I. Okay. This I is nothing but the loop current I. This I is nothing but our loop current I. So wherever this 2I is there, you can just write 2 capital I. So you'll get I is equal to 2.5 amps. That is one thing. Next, when we take considering 5 amps, okay, when we consider 5 amps, we have two loops here, I1 and I2. Voltage source is shorted and we have a current dependent voltage source. It is depending upon the current I. So this I is nothing but now this I is equal to capital I1, that is loop current 1. Getting the current in the loop 1, first loop. And since we have for mesh analysis, check whether you have at the border any current source. We don't have. Between the meshes, whether we have a current source. Yes, we have 5 amps here, 5 amps between two meshes I1 and I2. So write this current source in terms of loop currents. That is which current we have to take first? The current which is in the direction of 5 amps. So take I2 first. I2 minus I1 is equal to 5 amps. I2 minus I1 is equal to 5 amps. This is the first current. Fine. Next, how many unknowns are there? Two unknowns are there. So one equation we got. Next, we have to write super mesh equation. So start from here. It is 4I1. Next, will come here. It is 2I2. It is next is 2I. I is nothing but I1. So you just write 2I1 here. Okay, this is current dependent. Always remember, it is current dependent voltage source. It is depending on the current. So you have to just write the loop current. You should not multiply the loop current with the resistance. It becomes voltage. It will be wrong. So whenever they ask voltage, you have to multiply with resistance. But when they give it is current dependent, you have to just write the loop current. So two unknowns, two equations, you will get the answer. So the current I considering 5 amps is minus 1.25. Current I considering both the sources. When you consider both the sources, it will be 1.25 amps. Okay. So these are the three examples which I had given. So the last one is in the circuit shown, find Ix. Okay. This I have just put the network. You can try this. We have to find Ix. This Ix you have to find using superposition theorem. Fine. And this the what they have given 50 at an angle 0 and 50 at an angle 90. It is in J terms. Try to do this problem. Okay. So thank you.